Last month, two travelers booked the exact same flight on the same day, just hours apart. One paid $180. The other paid $340 for the exact same seat. Neither of them did anything wrong. Behind every airline ticket is a system most travelers never see. Prices that change based on your behavior, rules enforced differently from one flight to the next, and compensation you may be entitled to that airlines rarely mention. In this video, I'll reveal 7 flight secrets airlines would rather you never found out. Some are built into how the industry works, one is still catching travelers off guard today, and my favorite could help put money back in your pocket the next time your trip doesn't go as planned. If you want more travel tips that put the power back in your hands, hit subscribe. Number 7. Your search history is quietly changing your ticket price. You've probably heard the rumor that searching for a flight over and over makes the price go up. It's not just a rumor. Airlines and booking sites use pricing systems that track your browsing behavior, and repeated searches for the same route can signal high demand, which nudges prices upward. It's not guaranteed on every single search, but it's common enough that frequent flyers build habits around avoiding it. Here's something most people don't realize, though. The time and day you search also matters. Booking on a Tuesday or Wednesday tends to surface cheaper fares compared to weekend searches when more casual travelers are browsing. More competition in the search pool means algorithms push prices higher in real time. Your location can factor in too. Some platforms adjust displayed prices based on where you're searching from, assuming travelers in certain regions will pay more. Search in a private or incognito browser window, clear your cookies occasionally, and compare a few different sites before you commit. Use a VPN if you really want to test regional pricing differences. None of this takes more than 5 extra minutes. It costs nothing, and it can genuinely save you real money on your next trip. Number 6. Carry-on rules get enforced differently depending on the flight. You think carry-on rules are consistent across every flight you take. They are absolutely not, and this difference could cost you money you never planned to spend. Here is what is actually happening behind the scenes. On a half-empty flight, gate agents have zero incentive to stop you. Overhead bins have plenty of room, boarding moves faster when nobody gets held up, and everyone just wants to get in the air. Your slightly oversized bag disappears into that empty bin without anyone blinking. Now picture a completely packed flight during peak summer travel. Same bag, same airline, totally different outcome. Gate agents are now under real pressure to protect every inch of overhead space. Some airlines have also recognized that gate-checked bags during full flights generate extra fee revenue without any additional cost to them. Your bag suddenly becomes a problem worth addressing. This is not random enforcement. It is a calculated system responding to capacity and financial pressure in real time. So what should you actually do about it? Stop gambling on the leniency you got last time. Check the published size limits before your next trip. Measure your bag honestly. Know whether you are flying a busy route during a high-demand period. The rules have not changed. The willingness to enforce them definitely has. Number 5. Lost luggage payouts are capped far below what your bag is worth. You check your bag, hand it over, and assume that if something goes wrong, the airline will make it right. Here's the part they never advertise. When an airline loses or damages your checked luggage, their financial responsibility has a hard ceiling. For domestic flights, that cap sits around $1,400. Sounds reasonable until you realize that number has barely moved in years, while the cost of everything else has skyrocketed. And internationally, the limit is actually lower under the Montreal Convention framework, calculated in a currency unit most passengers have never even heard of. Now here is where it gets worse. Even if you qualify for that maximum payout, airlines do not simply cut you a check. The claims process is deliberately exhausting. Multiple forms, follow-up calls, documentation requirements, and extended waiting periods. Airlines know that a significant percentage of frustrated travelers will simply give up before reaching a resolution. That is not an accident. So what do you actually do? Before your next flight, open your bag and photograph everything inside it. Keep those images time-stamped. Then seriously consider standalone travel insurance that covers your belongings at actual replacement value, not whatever figure the airline decides is convenient. You paid for that bag to arrive safely. Make sure you have real protection if it does not. Enjoying the video so far? Give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Number 4. Overbooking is intentional, and you have more leverage than you think. Overbooking is not an accident. Airlines do this completely on purpose. And once you understand why, you'll never look at a packed gate the same way again. Here's how it works. Airlines analyze historical data and know that a certain percentage of passengers on any given flight simply won't show up. So they deliberately sell more tickets than there are actual seats on the plane. Most of the time, enough people cancel or miss the flight and nobody notices. But occasionally everyone shows up, and that's when things get interesting for you. If a gate agent asks for volunteers to give up their seats, that is not an inconvenience. That is an opportunity. Airlines typically lead with their lowest offer first, usually a small voucher. But here's what they don't announce over the intercom. You can negotiate. Ask what else is available. Sometimes that means a higher voucher value, a confirmed seat on the next departure, hotel accommodations, or meal vouchers. Now, if you get bumped without volunteering, that's involuntary denied boarding, and federal regulations in the United States actually require airlines to compensate you with cash. Not just travel credit, sometimes up to several $100s depending on the delay. So next time you hear that gate announcement, pause before walking away. Your leverage in that moment is very real. Number 3, there's a predictable pattern behind when fares actually drop. Once you understand it, cheap tickets stop feeling like lucky accidents. Airlines aren't randomly changing prices. They're running algorithms that respond to real demand signals, including the day of the week, how far out the departure is, and how many seats are already sold on that specific flight. When demand is high, prices climb. When seats sit empty, prices fall to attract buyers. Here's what that means for you practically. Early morning departures and late-night red-eyes are almost always cheaper because most travelers actively avoid them. If you can handle a 6 a.m. takeoff, you're already winning. Timing your booking also matters more than people realize. Booking too far in advance means the airline hasn't fully priced the route yet and often charges a premium. Waiting until the last minute gives airlines leverage because they know you're desperate. The sweet spot typically lands somewhere in the middle, usually a few weeks out depending on the route. Stop manually refreshing flight search pages every single day. That's exhausting and inefficient. Instead, set price alerts on tools like Google Flights or Hopper and let the algorithm work for you. The fare drop will come. You just have to be ready when it does. By the way, quick question. What's one travel tip you swear by that most people don't know? Drop it in the comments to help other travelers. Number 2, hidden city ticketing can save money, but airlines actively punish it. Some travelers have figured out that booking a connecting flight and simply not taking the final leg can sometimes be cheaper than booking direct to their real destination. Airlines know about this trick, and they don't like it. If you're flagged for doing this repeatedly, some airlines have canceled the traveler's remaining itinerary or taken action against their loyalty account. It also only works with carry-on only travel, since a checked bag will follow the ticket all the way to the final listed stop, not where you actually get off. This isn't the type of loophole worth building a habit around. The downside risk is bigger than most people realize. And the number one secret isn't about saving money booking a flight, it's about getting money back when things go wrong. Number 1, you're owed more for delays and cancellations than airlines ever volunteer. Most passengers leave hundreds of dollars behind every single time. Here's what's actually happening. When your flight gets delayed or canceled due to something the airline controls, like a crew shortage, mechanical issue, or scheduling problem, you have real rights, not just a sorry voucher, actual compensation, full rebooking options, or a complete refund. But airlines aren't legally required to walk you through every option available. Gate agents follow scripts designed to resolve your situation as cheaply as possible for the airline. That first offer you receive at the counter? It's almost never the best one. Here's what you need to do immediately. Before you accept anything, ask specifically what you're entitled to under their customer service commitment. Use that exact phrase. Ask about meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, alternate routing on partner airlines, and full cash refunds if you choose not to travel. The passengers who get the best outcomes aren't lucky. They're just the ones willing to ask the right questions loudly enough. Airlines count on your frustration making you accept the quickest solution. Don't let exhaustion become their strategy. Next time you're stranded at a gate, remember this moment. Your compensation is already waiting. You just have to claim it. Those are 7 flight secrets that can quietly cost you money if you don't know about them. None of these are illegal or shady on the airline's part. They're just details buried in policies most passengers never read. The good news is that knowing even a few of these puts you in a much stronger position. Search smart, know your rights when things go wrong, and never accept the first offer at the gate without asking what else is available. Now I want to hear from you. Has an airline ever surprised you with a rule or a fee you didn't see coming? Share it in the comments. It could help another traveler avoid the same thing. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel tips every week. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one.